Sting makes his return on August the 10th, now being called Steve.
Okay.
No face paint, at Hog Wild. He shows up riding a slick-ass steel horse into the event, like Biker Taker without the tattoos.
Yeah.
And so when he gets there, he shows up to celebrate with the crowd and let everybody there know, hey, I am 100% back. An emergency in the back shows Pillman and Levy attack Arn Anderson on his way into the venue space. They've got like trailers and vehicles back there where he's positioned. So Pillman actually has his black Hummer still all blacked out, and he slams Arn's forearm in the door.
Okay.
Okay?
Paul Bearer, with his hair dyed back to black, does a sit-down interview with Jim Ross.
Okay.
He claims that Mankind showed him that Undertaker only cares about himself. Steve Austin, wearing Austin 316 on his vest for the first time, faces Mark Mero and is given a big pop during his entrance and once he hits the Stone Cold Stunner. Austin continues to reject the fan support.
What I love about where you're at right now is that I feel like, for all the weird people in the world who have always like kind of put Sting and Undertaker on that weird vertical trajectory, like parallel to each other. Like my Sting arc and your Undertaker arc are kind of running parallel, and I didn't know. Like Sting's coming back to smash on Pillman, Undertaker's coming back to smash on Mankind. Like we got.
Michaels uses this to his advantage and capitalizes on a Bulldog Owen double knockout. Covers Bulldog for the win. And Bulldog's temporary agreement expires at the end of the show.
Okay. So Bulldog's out.
So Bulldog is done with WWF after this match.
And this is October?
This is October.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll head back to you.
All right. So October is a lot more of the same as it pertains to Nitros every single week. A little bit more Sting, a little bit more loose cannons running in and attacking people. They've moved on from just the major title scenes. They've like dropped down, started jumping into tag matches. They're jumping into the cruiserweight matches. It's becoming chaotic to the point that no one feels safe at any point in time.
Kind of like what the Nexus did later.
That's exactly right. Yeah, exactly right. That's really the influence, what I was looking for.
Okay.
Those Nexus guys. So, but the one weird thing is that they're not hitting Hogan, they're not hitting Luger, and everybody's just kind of like, what's going on? Hogan's been hit once. Luger's not been hit at all, and now these two are like back at the top, and nobody's messing with them. Like, what's going on? Which only serves to make Sting that much more like, I need to keep those guys at arm's length because I don't want to, I don't mess with it. So on the Go Home show for Halloween Havoc in October, in a promo discussing the ineptitude of the current tag division, the Loose Cannons attacked Booker T and Stevie Ray. So this is a backstage interview with Booker T and Stevie Ray. We're the tag team champs. We beat pretty much everybody. There's nobody that can touch us. Boom, they get attacked by the Loose Cannons. The tag champions battle back though with vigor and passion. And Pillman and Levy run away without Harlem Heat taking any assistance from anybody. So this is the first time that they've attacked somebody and they haven't come out on top.
Okay.
They're like, oh crap, these guys without help and all that extra stuff. So they didn't have any weapons or anything either. They just tried to attack, tried to come club them and it didn't work. So later in the night, Luger's main eventing as the heavyweight champion in a title versus title exhibition match against an Alex Wright that's returning from injury. He's beat up from when he got attacked a while back, but he's just one of those throwaway matches, not for a belt. It's just an exhibition for them to.
What title does Alex Wright have?
He's got the cruiserweight.
Cruiserweight.
So got the cruiserweight title.
Okay.
So he and Alex Wright put on I said a clinic by Luger standards, I guess. And Wright when Lex postures for his torture rack, Pillman and Levy hit the ring. They double team Luger until they can get him set up and even flow DDT him. Then Levy holds him up for a Pillman springboard clothesline. It connects, and Luger's incapacitated for the most part before Wright receives an even flow DDT as well. Pillman rushes over for a mic as fans begin to throw things into because it was a good match. It was a good match of two chants. And crowd starts throwing things into the ring as that's going on.
Wait a minute, you said good match and Luger in the same thing.
Yeah. Alex Wright was carrying him. So from there, Pillman rushes over to grab a microphone. He starts to talk, and they cut the microphone, a la like CM Punk pipe bomb time frame.
Gotcha.
So now he's standing there beating at the mic, and he's yelling at the commentators and stuff. Well, hey, what are you doing? Give me my deal. As this is going on, Harlem Heat rush from the back, ready to attack. The Hyenas dive into the crowd, and quickly the Loose Cannons dive into the crowd and quickly scurry up the stairs through the fans, looking back at Booker and Stevie holding the ring and calling for a fight. As Pillman continues backwards, stepping up, he bumps into the chest of what he thinks is a fan. But as he turns around, he finds Steve Borden standing there, who screams, beats his chest before bashing Pillman in the face. Pillman stumbles down the stairs. Lady caught in a similar tidal wave as Sting punches and chops both guys, working their way back down the stairs through the crowd.
So we got Steve.
Steve Sting, yep.
Steve Sting.
Yep.
Doing a Sting move going,
Yep.
Okay.
That's right.
So is he reverting back to Sting? Or
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Okay, all right.
We'll see what happens.
Gotcha.
Okay. So as they punch the guys down the stairs, as an occasional kick to the stomach before they topple over the barricade and back into Harlem Heat's crosshairs. Lady's snatched up while Pillman escapes. Lady eats Harlem Heat's finisher at the time. The brothers.
The Harlem Hangover.
So they were doing that and the slapjack. Their double team was a slapjack. So from there, where'd I go? Sorry. Boom, 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 boom. So the brothers, Booker T and Stevie Ray, pose as Steve Sting makes his way from the crowd to join them and let them know that he wants the matchup that they are going to have, that he is going to have with the guys to be a no disqualification match. Pillman hits the commentary desk to let everyone know that their third man will be a king amongst peasants in this sad kingdom of WCW. Halloween Havoc main event is Steve and his partners Harlem Heat versus Pillman and Levy with their mystery partner. Just like in real life, they show up with just two guys, and as the match gets a little bit more heated, Levy turns weapons against Steve. Hits him with a chair and sets up a table to do some damage.
Okay.
Pillman attacks the tag team on the apron any chance he gets, and the good guys seem somewhat overmatched with the speed that's associated with the Loose Cannons.
Okay.
They are standing on the apron. It's just it's not like a tornado tag.
Okay.
So they are standing on the apron. There's just not a disqualification. So what's happening is when Steve is fighting with the guy in the ring, Brian Pillman will jump off, run around the side, and bash somebody with a chair, and they'll fall off the sides. Now every time Steve gets there looking for a hot tag or whatever, there's nobody there to help him.
Okay.
It's a little bit chaotic in that regard.
Okay.
So where'd we go? So we go an errant chair shot to Booker T on the apron, sends medical staff down to check on him, pulling him away to take him out toward the back. So now you have Steve and Stevie Ray that are still there on the edge.
Okay.
As the medical staff is moving Booker T out because they're worried that he's seriously injured. They've done the neck brace angle, they've got him on the thing, they're pulling him out. Luger starts walking down from the back. So he actually is crossing paths with this Booker T and going, I'm coming to save the day, I've got your back, man, this is gonna happen.
Okay.
So he's coming down, the crowd is seeing, he's doing the same kind of like Hogan points and I'm gonna do this. Crowd's getting a little bit excited but also nervous because they don't know what the hell's going on with Luger. So while he's on his way down, Luger to the ring, suddenly Hogan comes out from behind as well.
Okay.
Now Hogan is moving a little bit faster, rushes up, grabs Luger by the shoulder, spins him around, and they start an argument in the the entryway.
Okay.
Hogan's like, I'm going to save the day. Luger's like, no, I'm going to save the day. They're shoving, they're arguing, and this is happening while Sting and Steve is still getting pummeled in the ring. They're in the walkway. So as they're arguing in the walkway, a man comes through the midst of madness, storming past the two arguing heroes in the aisleway. He bypasses Hogan and Luger's feud and makes his way to the ring. That man is Bret the Hitman Hart. Unable to be financially satisfied by a cash-strapped Vince who chose to pay, in Bret's eyes, lesser talent, Bret has jumped ship and stands in the corner of a man with a signature move that looks just like his. Steve does the Scorpion Deathlock, he does the sharpshooter, there's that tie to the two of them. Bret climbs on the apron to take Booker T's place, and he and Sting share a glance before Stevie Ray works up a hot tag, bringing Steve is out at this point. Steve's outside the ring. Stevie Ray is in the ring. So we go, before Stevie Ray works up to a hot tag, bringing Steve into the ring at the same time as Pillman. Stinger splashes, punches, chops, body slams. Brian Pillman takes the brunt of all of Steve's frustration for the year. Okay? About the lost time, the months, everything that he had to sacrifice sitting on the shelf. He puts all of this into pounding out Brian Pillman.
Okay.
As he gets Brian Pillman planted in the center of the ring, he places Pillman in the Scorpion Deathlock. Bret begins to fire up the crowd from the outside, clapping and looking around, getting people excited. Stevie Ray is down on a knee trying to gain his bearing outside the ring. Bret climbs inside the ring through the ropes as if he's going to go try and cut off Levy across the ring and not allow him to come in. Bret sprints in that direction, hits the ropes, comes back, and attacks Sting with a heart attack. Forcing Sting to lose grip on the Scorpion Deathlock and fall straight back over with a heart attack from Bret Hart.
Okay, question.
Yes, sir.
While this is going on, is Hogan and Luger still in the aisle?
In the walkway, they started fighting. Hey, they're fighting off.
Oh, okay.
Go to the back.
Okay, all right.
They never make it in.
Okay.
So, from here, when that heart attack is hit, Bret Hart then begins to do what Bret Hart does. He stomps out Sting's legs. He slides the man to the corner and locks in the inverted figure four over the ring post.
Okay.
Levy slips out of the ring and hits the man's leg with a chair while trapped in that position. So Levy's bashing Sting's leg while Bret's got him locked up in that figure four over the post.
I'm Bret. I'm like, hey, you better watch it. My leg's
Don't get my leg. A battered Pillman, Bret, and Levy now stand being pelted by garbage in the center of the ring, hands held high and taking a bow. Bret snags a mic and lets the crowd know this business isn't about the art anymore. It's about making as much money off nerds and jerks as possible. Those of you that worship me line my pockets, but also the ones of you that hate me because you tune in hoping you see someone better. But I am the excellence of execution. I'm the best damn wrestler in the world who's been disrespected, and I'm surrounded by two men that share my pain. We grew up wishing that we could style and profile like Ric Flair or one of those guys, and yet being the best doesn't seem to earn you the dough. So we've decided to turn this model on its head. Promotions be damned, banners matter not. We are the best in this business, and it'll lay all your heroes to rest. We should be paid top dollar for what we do. We should be disrespected for the sacrifices that we've made to entertain you people. Levy grabs a lame Stevie Ray and plants him with an even flow DDT at Bret's feet. WWF, WCW, NWA, ECW, New Japan, Calgary Stampede offer opportunities for lesser talent to hide from the top of the food chain. We are the top of the food chain. And if anyone ever wants to be considered the best in the world, the greatest grappler ever, part of the hardcore or high fly Hall of Fame, you have to come through us. Because Raven is a hardcore master. I am a specialized technician. And Brian Pillman is the greatest high flyer in the business, telling you that anybody could touch us. We are the heroes of your world, like it or not. This is the reality. So sing it from the rooftops. Call us the B&B, because we're the best in the business. No promotion can contain us. No millionaire calls our shots. We'll destroy this place and then simply move on to the next until there's only one location willing to pay wrestlers what they are owed. A situation that should be determined by the best in the business. And that is the group of men you see standing right here before you. Crowd chant boo, trash in the ring, and we fade to black to end Halloween Havoc.
So, best in the business instead of
New World Order.
New World Order.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I follow. Now, where'd I leave off?
You are moving into
Raw after In Your House 11. Still out of character, Undertaker comes to the ring.
Okay. What's he wearing? Is he wearing like jeans and stuff? Is that what we're talking about out of character?
There was one time where he wore like the button-up sleeveless thing with like the sweatpants deal, kind of like that.
Okay.
There's no music, there's no gong, there's no nothing.
Okay. He just walks out there.
Taker walks to the ring, his head is down. He gets in the ring, grabs a mic, and gives his side of the story.
Oh boy. Okay.
And it goes a little bit something like this. Paul Bearer is a liar.
Okay.
I was a regular child, just like all of you. My parents owned a funeral parlor that was attached to the house. I met Paul Bearer when he was an intern at the funeral parlor. One morning I woke up and saw that my little brother Kane was playing with matches. He always had a love for fire. I jumped out of bed to confront Kane. Once I did, Kane lit a match and dropped it on the carpet floor by accident. The carpet lit up instantly and started to spread throughout the room. I ran from the room out of the house. I thought Kane was running behind me.
Okay.
When I got away from the house, I turned around and Kane wasn't there. When I ran back to the house to find Kane, there was an explosion, and the entire house was engulfed in flames. I saw firefighters go in to try to put out the fire, but the house was already too far gone. My parents were in there. My brother was in there. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how I was going to go on. Paul Bearer comes out to the stage and confirms the story he told the night before. When Undertaker asks how he knows, Paul Bearer says, because Kane is still alive, Kane told me.
Okay. Remember that?
Undertaker stalks Paul Bearer out of the arena. Survivor Series is announced with the reveal of team captains for the elimination matches. The captains are going to be Team Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Team Diesel.
Okay.
There's going to be a team from Team Vader versus a team from Owen Hart. A team from Mark Merrow versus a team from Goldust. Because once Merrow got out of the world title picture, he goes to the Intercontinental. It wasn't important to the storyline, so I kind of skipped it.
Yeah, definitely.
But Mark Merrow and Goldust are in a program for the Intercontinental title.
Okay.
Also announced for Survivor Series is a WWF title match. Shawn Michaels will face the winner of a 4-man tournament between Ahmed Johnson, Razor Ramon, Steve Austin, and Farouk.
Nice. Is this Nation Farouk at this time?
No.
Okay.
Because I believe Farouk was still the Gladiator dude
Yeah.
by this time, I think, still.
Okay.
He's just, I'm not putting that stupid ass helmet on. Okay, Raw shows for the rest of November. Undertaker is seen searching for Paul Bearer to get more information on his brother. On the Go Home Raw, before Survivor Series, Undertaker finally corners Bearer, but is blindsided by returning Mankind.
Nice. Okay.
Mankind reveals over a downed Undertaker that he has seen Kane. That he has seen Kane and that he knows the truth about the fire. Mankind also reveals that he will beat the truth out of Undertaker at Survivor Series. The Survivor Series teams are revealed. Team Helmsley is Helmsley, Sid, and Smoking Guns.
Okay.
Team Diesel is Diesel, Sultan, and the New Rockers.
Okay.
Team Vader is Vader, Savio Vega, Phil LaFon, and Doug Furnace. Team Owen is Owen Hart, Justin Hawk Bradshaw,
Okay.
and the Body Donnas.
Okay.
Team Mark Marrow is Mark Marrow, the Stalker, Jake the Snake Roberts,
Okay.
and a debuting Rocky Maivia.
Oh gosh. He's gonna get booed out of the building. Die, Rocky, die.
Team Goldust is Goldust, Jerry Lawler, the Goon, and the Brooklyn Brawler.
Okay.
The tournament to decide the challenger for Shawn Michaels comes down to Razor Ramon, who defeated Johnson, and Steve Austin, who defeated Farouk. Austin and Ramon face each other, and the entire Team Diesel comes to the ring with Razor.
Okay.
Razor uses the numbers advantage to steal the win from Austin. Austin responds by stunning every member of Team Diesel. After the match, and then finishes a stunner for Razor Ramon. While Razor is down and out in the ring, Shawn Michaels comes to ringside, pulls out a ladder from under the ring. Michaels says that he and Razor will have their title match as the third ladder match between them to determine who is the master of the ladder.
Okay.
Gorilla Monsoon decides that since Austin was slighted in the tournament final, he will book a triple threat match with Austin, Ahmed Johnson, and Farouk to determine the challenger for the December In Your House.
Okay.
So, Survivor Series. Team Helmsley defeats Team Diesel with Sid as the sole survivor.
Oh, Sid gets to do something?
Last eliminating the Sultan. Helmsley and Diesel fought outside the ring to the back and were eliminated by countout.
Okay.
Alright, because we're building something with Diesel and Helmsley.
Okay.
Team Owen defeats Team Vader with Owen last eliminating Doug Furnace. Furnace and LaFon faced a 4-on-2 disadvantage. They managed to work together to eliminate the Body Donnas, but Bradshaw would eliminate LaFon.
Okay.
Furnace would eliminate Bradshaw, but he falls to Owen. Because I'm trying to build Furnace and LaFon as the next big tag team.
Okay.
Team Marrow defeats Team Goldust, with Rocky Maivia as the sole survivor. Rocky eliminates Brawler and Goldust in succession for the win.
Okay.
Mankind faces Undertaker in a match and defeats the Dead Man. After the match, Mankind grabs a mic, forces it up to Undertaker's mouth. Undertaker is out, so he doesn't say anything. Mankind says that if Undertaker won't admit the truth, then he will tell all tomorrow on Raw.
Goodness. Okay.
Ahmed Johnson wins the triple threat match and will be the next challenger for the WWF title. Steve Austin tries to stop the pinfall of Farouk after a Pearl River plunge, but he is stopped by Jake the Snake Roberts,
There he is. Okay.
who is viciously booed afterwards. Roberts DDTs Austin on the arena floor and then pulls Austin into the ring and covers Steve Austin with his albino snake revelations.
Oh goodness. Okay.
The ladder match main event is won by Razor Ramon when he attacks Jose Lothario towards the end of the match. While Michaels is tending to Lothario, Razor climbs the ladder and wins the match.
Okay.
And that's the end of Survivor Series, and then we'll head back to you.
Awesome. So moving into November and December, which are the 2 months that are going to wrap my thing up, hit November 1st, but just knowing that as we get toward the back of this, because I really started to formalize that baseline plan for what I wanted to do with Sting, some of those little off-bar, sidebar conversations about Harlem Heat and things like that, they're not as prevalent anymore. So now we're really getting heavy into the direction things are trending. And so the next month, November, focuses around World War III.
Okay.
Okay. This again is based around Hogan and Luger battling for being the top guy. The top guy in the company, I guess, because Sting has had an opportunity to win, or had an opportunity to fight the loose cannons. Yeah. Bret Hart shows up. Sting gets murdered for the most part. And so now we're looking at a situation where Luger and Hogan have their own feud going now, like a serious feud, because they both want to be the guy. Neither of them could be the guy. Okay. And so they still have the title on the line. They are going to be potentially the main event that is building during that time frame toward World War III. So we're talking nitros. They're cutting promos on each other. Okay. They're talking about the Sting situation. They're trying to figure out like what right looks like. How do we really did want to help him. We're not a part of the bad guy group. We're part of the good guy group. And, you know, he had 2 slots. Why didn't we figure out how to come together and make this a thing for WCW?
And I can imagine probably both of them were going, yeah, we were going to help Sting, but if it wasn't for Hogan,
that's
I would
right.
have been there.
That's exactly right.
And Hogan will say, well, if it wasn't for Luger, I would have been there.
That's exactly right. So they're going back and forth with that situation and some of these corresponding nitros. Now, we get a couple of small vignettes at this point, again from Sting, and these are very like somber, you know, I thought I was on the right path, I thought I was doing the right thing, I thought I was headed the right direction, trying to make up for what was taken from me, trying to show my family that I could be good enough as Steve to get back out there and go after it. But obviously, I'm facing a force that Steve may not be enough to conquer. So I'm going to, he begins to start going back to Sting.
Okay.
He's going to face paint. And as he's putting face paint on in his vignettes and his promos, he's saying stuff like, you know, I used to think that this was paint to just make me look cool or make me stand out. Now I realize it's war paint. This is the paint that I don when it's time to go to battle and it's time to do something to better with myself, when it's time to protect the people that I love, when it's time to do this. This is what I am. This is what Sting stood for. And I think I lost that along the way, being consumed with this Pillman thing.
Okay.
So he starts to become Sting, little vignettes, little promos at a time throughout the month as we lead toward World War III.
Okay.
Additionally, as this is taking place, we have now gotten a demand from Bret Hart, who comes with his guys to Eric Bischoff and says, hey, booker guy, executive producer, whatever the hell you call yourself, I just laid waste to pretty much everybody in your company that matters. Your tag team champions, they got smashed by me and my guys. Sting, who's supposed to be your savior, got smashed by me and your guys. The only people here that really still matter are the guys in the heavyweight title picture. I want to show that I am the best in the business. I am the best in the world. And so I am demanding that you provide me an opportunity to take a shot at WCW Heavyweight Championship.
Okay.
Now, Bischoff in the beginning is like, no, why would I do that?
Yeah.
You guys are here to wreck us. I'm not going to give you a shot at the championship. That's not how it goes. Bret Hart goes, well, I need you to know that until you give me what I want, there will be chaos here. There's already been chaos here. But we can keep this going.
Okay.
No other match that you ever have will finish without a disqualification. Me and my guys will come. We will beat every security guard you have. We will pummel your champions. We will destroy your mid-card guys if that's what it takes. I want that belt.
So he basically, by process of elimination,
That's right.
it's going to be only Brett able to.
Give me that title.
Okay.
Or it will cost. It's going to cost you a whole bunch of money because you can't throw title matches. Like, you're not going to be able to do this. I won't let anything be peaceful until you give me what I want.
Okay.
So in this situation, Bischoff is like, okay, well, Hogan is the guy that is in line for the title right now.
Okay.
Brett goes, fine, I'll do a triple threat. I'm not scared of either of those guys. Hogan and Luger, put them both in there, I don't care. So Bischoff goes, okay, so then what's on the line for us? What do we get in the event that you don't make it through?
Okay.
Bret Hart says, if I challenge for the title and win the title, we can go somewhere else.
Okay.
I'll go take over ECW. I'll go take over WWF. I've got options.
Don't you think it's a little soon for something like that? I mean, he just showed up.
It's true. But I felt like because we're only pushing to, first and foremost, because we're only pushing to Starrcade, I wanted to get him from elevated. If you believe you're the best in the business, you come in and you have been laying waste to people, and your team has been laying waste to people throughout the entire year. I feel like there's been enough of an emotional cachet built up that they would be like, this is a group that should be threatening for the title. Bret Hart is not going to wrestle undercard matches.
Right.
Bret Hart is not gonna wrestle just any random person. Like, he would have to find a way to strong arm his way into the heavyweight championship match. Now, what we know from behind the scenes is Bischoff has paid him a ridiculous sum of money, favored nations and all this. So just like you said with Hall and Nash, if we paid them this money, they gotta be up there.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing with Bret, is literally trying to find a way to make it make sense that he would be up there, because in the storyline we've built, there, unless Bret offers something back, there's no reason that it would make any sense for Bischoff to put him in the heavyweight championship.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So this is what he says. He says, "Hey, you give me those two, give me that opportunity in the event that I don't make it, because I believe I'm as good as I say I am, and if in the event that I don't make it, there are other places I can go with my guys, and we'll conquer those. I'll go take over ECW. I don't care. I feel fine."
Okay.
Bischoff goes, okay, this is an opportunity to get you out of here. And the two guys that were not granted the opportunity to try to get you out of here before, because they never made it to the ring. Now we do a triple threat match is what we're setting up for the heavyweight championship at World War III. Bret Hart, Lex Luger, and Hogan for the belt that Luger's still carrying. Now, Sting is going through his process of face paint and getting on war paint, and I'm becoming this old guy again.
Now, is he going back to bleach blonde, or is he keeping his hair dark?
He's going to go back to bleach blonde.
Okay.
This is the big deal. So they say, because World War III was the big 3-ring event, it's like a giant Royal Rumble, right? The 3.
Yeah.
And so World War III, he is going to be one of the guys in that World War III deal, like the actual thing.
So that's what makes that match important.
That's exactly right. So now you have Bret going with the triple threat, and then you have the World War III situation with Sting.
Okay.
This is when Sting comes back, and so you see him putting on the face paint and all the promos and stuff, but when he actually shows up is the first time you see the bleach blonde. So it's like this big, oh my gosh, he went back to old Sting. He comes in and decimates dudes in World War III. He blows through, he probably comes in the top 20 guys, but I think it's like 60 man.
Yeah.
He comes in the top 20, and then he just sticks in and sticks in and sticks in and sticks in and wins the whole thing. Posturing him, he comes down to the last 3 guys, him, Eddie Guerrero, who was moving up the card,
Okay.
and Benoit is back from injury now. Not that matters, but Benoit is back from injury, so he ends up being one of those final 3 as well. That's right. So you got Benoit, Guerrero, and Sting.
Okay.
Sting beats them. All fair, nothing crazy. Sting beats them, becomes the #1 contender for the heavyweight championship. We are going to provide this opportunity at Starrcade 1 month later.
Okay, because normally they pushed it to Super.
That's right, they did. But I want to push it up. I wanted to butt it up so that we had a fair open and close January to December.
Okay, cool.
1 year's worth of book.
Cool.
So from there, we know Sting is now the #1 contender. We then go to our 3-man. It is a wreck. Bret Hart's guys are interfering all over the place, creates a bunch of friction and issues. Boom, we end up with Bret Hart winning the WCW Heavyweight Championship.
By pinning Hogan.
By tapping out Hogan and being even worse.
I don't know if you went that far. Remember the Hogan ego.
Yeah, I don't think Hogan would take it, honestly. I think Luger would be the one to drop. I think Bischoff, because of Bischoff and Hogan's relationship, even in this world.
But if I was Bret Hart, I said, if I'm in this match with Hogan, I want Hogan taking the pin. Even though it wouldn't happen.
But so Bret wins. So now that sets us up coming out of World War III with a head-to-head Starrcade matchup for the WCW Heavyweight Championship, Sting versus Bret Hart.
Okay.